Welcome back to our conversation with Lowell Congresswoman Lori Trahan. You can go ahead and have a drink of water, Congresswoman. You've earned it. So there has been some open speculation by some of your Democratic colleagues that members of the House may have collaborated in the planning of the attempted coup last week. There's talk about groups touring the inside of the Capitol at a time when that can only happen with a member escorting them. There are a couple of photos of people flashing white power symbols. And there's also, Congresswoman, a lot of discussion, and investigators are focusing on some cases of police involvement in what went down. What do you know? What do you make of it?
Yeah, I think right now we're going to get to the bottom of that, and we're committed to getting to the bottom of all of that. Clearly, it's alarming when you have accusations about members of the House of Representatives perhaps being involved in bringing folks on tours of the Capitol complex before the attack on our U.S. Capitol. We're also looking at, there needs to be a thorough investigation of what happened in Congresswoman Presley's office in the days leading up to the attack. And I'm glad to see that one has already been launched to see specifically if the panic buttons that are provided to representatives and their staffs were ripped out of her office. I think the challenge we're in right now, John, is that we are trying to investigate, exactly what happened at a time when we're changing leadership with both the U.S. Capitol Police and the Sergeant at Arms, and preparing to secure the complex for the inauguration on Wednesday. And so there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to stay committed to getting to the bottom of what happened on Wednesday. But right now, we also have to prioritize, the president's inauguration ceremony.
Yeah. Well, we haven't even talked about impeachment. You voted in favor of the article of impeachment this past week. Now it goes over to the Senate. I completely understand the desire to hold the president accountable, to punish him, makes perfect sense. However, given the enormity of the problems awaiting the incoming administration, given the, quote, poisonous climate within Congress, does it make more sense to, A, try to get back to regular business as soon as possible, and B, not do anything to keep the focus on Trump and Trumpism, not to elevate him and his supporters' grievances in the way that a Senate trial certainly would?
Yeah, I think two things, John. One is we have to hold the president accountable, and there has to be a trial in the Senate for us to do that. The reason you can't have unity, you can't have a healing, you can't have folks come together if we just let this go, right? I mean, I think that is the most important thing right now, is that we quickly hold the president accountable for two reasons. One, president should not be allowed to ever sit in the office of the presidency again. And two, we have to send a very clear message to future leaders that this is not going to be tolerated, and it is going to compel swift and harsh action by the U.S. Congress. In terms of, getting to work on the Biden-Harris, first 100 days and their agenda, I don't think we have to ask members or senators to choose between holding the current president accountable for the role he played in the attack on our democracy or getting COVID relief passed, a process we can certainly start in the House. I think it's a false choice, and I think the American people are relying on us to do all of those things and more in the coming weeks.
That's all our time for this morning. Congresswoman Trahan, thank you very much for joining us. Stay safe and good luck.